What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in for the
Hello,
second episode
everyone.
of the Savage Corner. Number two. Number two, babe.
Number two.
So tonight we're going to try to
Baby,
talk
what are we
about
talk?
cheaters.
What are we talking about?
Cheaters.
Cheaters. Cheater, pumpkin eater. Yes. Surprising
So we,
things you didn't know about cheating in relationships.
right. So we have found something on the internet and it says it gives facts about cheating. So she's going to actually read over the facts and then we're both going to elaborate on it and see what you guys think.
Okay, we ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Cheating is not all. Cheating is not always about sex. Cheating doesn't always have to involve a sexual encounter. In a studies published in the Journal of Sex Research, around 45% confess to emotional cheating where no physical intimacy was involved. Would you care to elaborate on that?
Well, so yeah, I definitely agree because there's different
Uh,
types of cheating. Emotional cheating is one of them, I think. But to me, like for me, the baseline is when you take something away from the relationship. So, for instance, like porn. Okay, some people use porn to help themselves out, but if the intimacy is only there and not with your partner, then you're taking something from the relationship. You know. So that's, I mean, that's to me is like my baseline.
yeah,
It's like if you're dwelling into something and taking away from your relationship, then it's a process of cheating. So whether it be emotional or physical or, micro cheating is another word that they use all the time, but yeah, that's, I mean, because like OnlyFans was a big thing for people because they think it's cheating because if you remove the process of money, it's very similar than to cheating, right? But it depends on the partner
yeah.
too. If it's something you're not doing with them, then it could be classified as cheating. So, um, what do you think?
I mean, I think emotional cheating is the worst.
Yeah, yeah,
Anything that takes away from the attention your spouse needs. If you take that attention and you give it to somebody else and you don't give it to the deserving person, it's cheating. So if you flirt
yeah,
with another woman and you don't flirt with your wife, that's cheating. If you talk to another woman
yeah,
and share stuff with another woman that you don't share with your wife, that's cheating. The end.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
So it sounds like you agree
that's
with
where I
me. Like if
stand
it
on it.
takes away from the relationship, then it can be
Yeah,
classified. That's the point of cheating.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, and this might sound completely freaking crazy, but if you talk to somebody, another woman, about healing, like we talk about healing, cheating all the way. Because that's like intimate moments with us. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would be mad.
yeah.
I know that that sounds crazy, but I might not get mad if you look at porn.
Mhm.
Does
Okay.
that make sense?
No, it makes sense. No, it's like it still hits that baseline of what I was just saying. If it takes away from the relationship, then it could be
Yeah.
classified at that point. It's classified as cheating. So I can get
Yeah.
it. No, I can totally get it. Definitely. So what's
Yeah.
the
That was
what's
just an
the
example that like popped up in my brain.
right. So what's the
You
next
ready?
thing
You
that's
want?
on the
Are you ready for more?
yeah, yeah.
Social media. Social media fuels cheating. Social media platforms have made it easier to connect with people, paving the way for virtually for virtual infidelity. According to the study of University of Missouri, excessive use of social media, especially Facebook, has been associated with a higher instance of cheating and breakups. These platforms offer increased accessibility to old flames and potential new partners, enabling covert communications and emotional connections that can gradually become cheating.
Am I gonna go first on that
Do you
one?
agree? Do you want me to go first
um,
on it?
you try to go first on this one. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something. If it doesn't, okay, men do it all the time. I get messages all the time, I'm not gonna lie. And I just delete and I just don't, or I block them or do whatever needs to be done, right? But seriously, do you honestly think a woman's just gonna say, hey, yeah, you hit me up on Facebook? Does that really happen? Any man that ever sent me a message on Facebook, I've deleted. Like, I think that that's just gross.
Yeah.
That's what do you think?
I think so to me, a cheater's gonna cheat if they want to cheat. They're gonna cheat. Like social media just gives them an avenue. And then also it's so the way I look at it, if somebody's gonna cheat, the first thing they're gonna do is look outside their relationship. That's so Facebook is a quick portal for that, because they'll post a picture, some dude will, give them a like, that person will then, usually respond or like something on their page. Now that person's like, oh, I liked her stuff, she liked my stuff, so now I can maybe cross this line and reach out to them, but on the flip side of it,
Yeah.
if, let's just say for instance, single, I go into a place and I see a woman, I don't know if she's with somebody or not, so I approach her. Okay, so this is still fair game, right? So if she tells me she's with somebody, I back off. That's what a man's supposed to do. What gets me is that
Yeah.
when you're on social media, you know good and damn well that person's in a relationship and you still continue to pursue. And that is the lowest form of shit that I've ever seen in my life. Be man enough to say, nope, she's in a relationship. I'm not crossing that line, and that's what irritates me the most. But it does create a portal. And then because of people's behaviors and thought processing, it does make it easier because they do have access now to people that they may have not had access to, old flames, like it says, things like that. And really, until you're tapped into their messenger, you don't know if they're having a conversation or not, so there's no repercussion to the action until it's caught. You know what I mean? Even for me, like if you like
Yeah.
somebody's photo and it's just a photo, like I'm not gonna dig into that. Who cares? Now if I saw you liking shirtless dudes all over the place, then I'm like, hey, what the hell is this? But so if it's just a regular photo and you liked it, it's not going to be on my radar because I trust you. So it's not going to be on most people's radars,
Yeah.
you know? But yeah, no, I think it does provide an avenue, but I think a cheater is going to cheat regardless of whether they have it or not. You know what I mean? They say Snapchat's for cheaters. Well, I got cheated on. She didn't use Snapchat. Still doesn't use Snapchat. So it's not just one avenue.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It can happen anywhere on anything. But yes, Facebook does create an avenue where it's a little bit easier, if you ask me. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't like it either
yeah.
at all. Okay. People cheat even in happy relationships. It's a common belief that people cheat only when they're unhappy in their relationships. However, from Rutgers University reveals that even individuals in happy relationships may engage in infidelity. And some of their reasons, I don't really have a whole lot of input on this, including seeking novelty or coping with a crisis. Um, and then an ego boost and boredom. It's I eh?
So that
I don't
that's where
have
I
anything on this one.
it confused. Well, no. Well, that's just it. That's to me, it's confusing because you just said an ego boost. Well, that's a problem in the relationship, or boredom. That's a problem in the relationship. um, so I mean, I guess I'd want to know where they're gauging happiness. What is happening in that case? What's the happiness? You know what I mean? So, like, I for one, out of all the people that I can think of and all the people that I can remember talking to, I have yet to see a happy relationship ended in cheating unless the person was just like super naive. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know if I'm gonna guess it happens. Of course it happens. Anything can happens. But to me, like
Uh-huh.
you read it to me, told me the story I needed to hear. It said boredom. Well, that's a problem. That's a problem in the relationship.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Who's happy with being bored?
Even coping with a
Yeah.
crisis and you're not doing it with your partner is a problem. And seeking
Yeah.
novelty,
Communicate.
that's all a problem.
Yeah.
So, I'm
Seeking
gonna say
attention from
that one's
others.
a bleh. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'd have to disagree with that one. Like I said, but I would guess that it can happen, but I just don't foresee it happening often, you know?
okay. Do you think that cheating could be caused from a genetic component? There was a
Genius?
study.
No. Hell no. I mean, well, it could be
Okay,
learned
but wait,
behavior. I would say that, but
there was a study. Researchers show that those who possess the DRD4 gene, also known as the thrill-seeking gene, were more likely to cheat. Haha.
I guess you can't argue with science, but
I mean,
to me, like I said, to me, it would be like a learned behavior thing. But even then, so it takes me back to I can't remember where I got it from, but there was a study. It was basically showing people that, just because you were raised with it doesn't mean you're going to do it. And the way they did it was, I thought it was pretty cool, was that there was an alcoholic father and two sons. Well, one of the sons became an alcoholic. The other son opened up facilities and helped people that were alcoholics and never touched a drink his entire life. And when you asked the son that was an alcoholic, why did you do it? He said, look at my father. And when they asked the other son, why do you do what you do? He said, look at my father. So there's a choice to be made somewhere in
look at
there,
my
and it has to be made. So
it's
that's where
all
I
about
fall off on
perception.
that topic. Yeah, yeah. It's there. So there's a point in
Yeah,
time in your life when you're going to have to say, "I'm not going to deal with this. I'm not going to do this because it's against my morals." You know, and that to me, that's the
yeah,
key word: morals. If you morally think that something is
yeah,
wrong, then you're never going to do it or accept it from anybody in your life, whether it be a friend, family member, or your spouse.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, ma'am. Okay, you ready for the next
I love
one?
what we're playing.
Yeah, she need to be on the podcast, Dad. Okay, men and women cheat for different reasons. Men and women generally cheat for different reasons. A study published in JAMA Network Open highlights that men are more likely to cheat due to sexual dissatisfaction, whereas women are more likely to cheat if they feel emotionally dissatisfied. And that is a
Yeah.
fact, Jack.
Yeah,
I know
I'll
that
definitely agree.
for a
I want to
fact.
hear your reasonings though. Why? Why do you agree with it?
Oh, because I mean, Wes, like I told you, I don't even like to take selfies anymore. I have to because of social media, like I just don't do it. Well, now who am I trying to impress? Who am I trying to attract? Because I'm with you and I am
Yeah.
happy and you tell me everything. But before, I was so emotionally deprived.
Yeah, I understand.
Like, I was never told I was pretty. I was never told you look nice. Like, I was never told any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, I would have cheated just
Yeah.
for that reason.
Emotional cheating.
Yeah.
No, I agree
I
with
don't
it
think
because
I
I
would
had
have kids
heard
to do
I've
with
heard
this.
yeah. No, I agree with it because I've heard the same thing. So I've heard that a man will cheat for sex and a woman will cheat for companionship. So and I have
Yes.
literally seen that. Now, with that being said, for the women, the companionship may be false, meaning it's amazing how a
By the
lot of my
way, I
friends
did
that
not
were
cheat.
cheated on. We don't have to disclose that. That's not nobody's business, but I get it.
I
Now,
know that,
the
but
biggest thing is that
yeah.
like companionship, for instance, like it's a breakdown in the relationship because a lot of the people that I know that their spouses, their wives cheated on the man. Um, the woman was cheating on them with somebody that wasn't working or had all the time in the world to show them affection, but the husband was working all the time and wasn't showing the affection. So to me, that's a false thing.
Yeah.
The only reason why that person had time to show you all that is because they didn't have nothing else to do but you, which isn't healthy either. You know what I mean? So you're right. They looked for
Yeah.
companionship, but sometimes it's a false companionship because there's a breakdown of communication in the actual relationship. So and for guys too, sometimes the guy is like, oh, she just, not what she used to be in the bedroom. That's because you didn't communicate with her to find out what she needed in the bedroom. You know what I mean? So it's usually to me it's a breakdown of communication. But now I have definitely heard and seen where men will cheat for sex and women will cheat for companionship. So no, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Can you just sit here and stop trying to get cheating can be addictive. I mean, you can be a sex addict. So that's kind of given, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we really have would you like to elaborate on that or not?
Yeah. Well, I mean, because
Okay,
look,
go
if you
ahead.
think about it, it goes back to what you said earlier. So it's the thrill seeking gene. So lots of people are addicted to thrill. That's the whole it's the fear of being caught. It's the fear of, it's all that stuff is adrenaline. You know what I mean? So it can become addictive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Well, you can be addicted to a person too. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can definitely see where the cheating aspect of it can be addictive. It's hard for me to say that though, because I've never done it. I've never
I'm
cheated.
addicted
I
to
don't think
you.
I'm going
I'm I'm
to.
addicted to you.
But yeah, no, I would say it
You know it, baby.
definitely happened.
But
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
okay. Uh-oh. Okay, next. Society influences cheating behaviors. Cheating is socially constructed concept, and therefore social norms influence in prevalence and acceptance. According to studies published in cross-cultural research journals, societies with strict sexual norms and gender roles tend to experience higher rates of infidelity. Whoo. Okay. What do you think, buddy?
That one's so hard for me to answer
I
because
mean,
again,
I'm
I don't
not gonna lie.
I can talk about it.
Okay, I'll take this one because I am a woman and I do like to show my sexuality, like, and I like sometimes whenever I do have to portray that sexier woman that it needs to be portrayed for a certain video, or if I just feel like being sexy, whatever, like, and I put that out there, I influence another woman. I think I put it out there to influence another woman to be sexy and to be like, look at herself. But like, my dad told me you should not look that sexy on those videos. There's men looking at you. And I'm just thinking, well, you're just being my dad. But like, I see his point, and I'm just trying to let women know that it's okay. But does that make me a part of, am I influencing cheating by doing that?
I mean, I swear that just by listening to what you just said and listening to what you read, like, I just want to say that's a generational thing, because I don't know. I just felt like we came from a place where we don't give a shit what anybody thought. So therefore, their thoughts and processes didn't influence how we
Mm-mm.
reacted or did not react. You know what I mean? So like, it just, I it's hard for me to say that one because it's basically from what I am understanding, it's saying that if you have strict social guidelines, that you're more adept cheating, and I because you want something outside of the norm, but I don't ever recall in my lifetime of having society tell me to do any damn thing, you know. So I don't know if that's a
I mean,
generational thing or
now,
thing
what it
or
ma like, if I've been out with girlfriends and stuff before, and, there's a couple of groups of those friends that they're where that's what they do, like, they go out and they cheat on their spouses and they do whatever. Well, I just was never a part of that.
right, right. And see,
So,
and that's exactly what I meant for like, so morally, we were instilled that we should not do that, and therefore we don't. And society is not going to change that for
yeah,
me because I stick to my damn morals. I'm a man. That's what I'm supposed to do, stick to my fucking morals.
okay. I was
But
making sure my brain was on the same.
yeah, but again, I don't know. I think that's, for lack of a better word, that's a weak-minded response. Like, if you cannot, so when you parent, like I parent, you parent, everybody parents, our parents parent us, they teach you right from wrong, right? Then you make a decision, challenge what's right and
Yeah,
what's wrong, and then you come up with your morals, and that's how you run your life. You do that at an early age. So somewhere in your life, your
I know.
morals were different than everybody else and let people influence you all the time.
Well, I mean, and that's what just like if you see a woman and that's just where it goes back to my dad. Like you saw your daughter being sexy, you didn't like it. But if you were flipping through there and you saw another woman being sexy, you'd have liked it.
Mm.
So that just proves like it does a little bit in their
I
eyes.
I'm definitely a person that says to each their own, but I just, again, I don't let it influence
Yeah.
me. The things that I'm gonna do in life because
Yeah.
it's either
I
morally
mean,
correct or
I
morally
think
incorrect,
that
you
we
know?
will set but I think we will naturally set boundaries for like for what's
Um,
good for our relationship. Like not
yeah.
anyways. You know what I mean, babe, right?
Yeah, no, that's a crazy concept, but I mean, I can see it, I swear that's a generational thing, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. Okay, it says cheating doesn't always lead to breakups. A common belief that cheating invariably leads to the end of a relationship. However, according to studies of the American Psychological Association, nearly 50% of relationships where infidelity occurred survived. Could
50?
you have, I'm going to ask you this question, could you have revived your marriage after?
Yeah, and I tried, but it
Yeah.
didn't work, obviously.
Yeah.
But no, I definitely tried, but did you say it was 50?
50%.
Wow. Wow.
I
Okay.
mean, I tried too. Mine didn't survive.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well,
I don't
that's
believe
the
in
biggest
that.
thing. In most relationships, you don't want to walk away from it, especially if it's been long term. And most people, they get that itch around 7 years. So to me,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
long term. So you don't just run away. You always analyze, think, assume, try to fix, but I'm just shocked at 50%. That kind of blows my mind. I figured it'd be way less than that. So
Yeah. It says survival often depends on factors like severity of the cheating, the relationship's initial strength, and willingness of both parties to work through the aftermath. For some couples,
fact.
infidelity can serve as a wake up call. Um, so and leading to a stronger, more communicative partnership, which I can understand that, like, because then your focus is, holy moly, this is why I did this. And
Yeah.
so, okay, you want to emphasize on that a little bit?
Um, yeah. So I mean, it can. Again, I'm shocked on the numbers, but no, if you're gonna do it, then yes, you have to say, am I gonna accept this? And then you're gonna have to be on the same page, and then you're gonna have to have a
Mm-hmm.
willingness between both parties to work on it. You're gonna have to the person who
Yeah.
did the cheating is gonna have to be super patient while the other one heals. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of work, I would think. But you know, it in both parties do have to give, 100% both ways. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it can work out. And cool, work out. I've seen people work it out. I'm just like I said, I'm just baffled by the 50%. I didn't think it'd be nowhere near
Yeah.
that.
Okay. You ready? People are generally
Yeah.
bad at spotting cheating. Despite what movies and TV shows suggest, most people are not good at detecting infidelity. Like only 50% could identify the infidelity. It's the same as like just pure chance. Like you could just get like you can guess or not guess. Can
What do you
I
think?
can tell I I can tell through energy,
Okay.
like instantly. Instant. Like I can tell.
Yeah.
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 What about you?
Yeah. There's the thing is, yeah. I mean, the times that it's happened to me, like I felt it, but until
Uh-huh.
I understood it, I could have probably not identified it now. But once I understood it, it was real hard to get by on me. I mean, really hard because I read it was
Yeah.
I had found an article online and it gave me things or stages that women go through when they're considering on cheating on their spouse,
Uh-huh.
and my mind
Uh-huh.
was blown because every step, every stage was 100% factual. And it's just like if all of these things were happening in unison, go ahead and get the divorce papers because it was for real, and it blew my mind. And there were small things. Now it was happening.
What were some of the things?
Like one of them was a sudden change of appearance. Another one was a sudden change in timing. Like if they were always on time, now all of a sudden they're always late. If they were always home right at 5 o'clock from work, but now they're coming home after hours. You know, the change of appearance and the change of time, that's a huge sign, right? But most people don't
Yeah.
think about it. Oh, she got a promotion and she has to look better when she goes to work because of her promotion. That's legit. That can happen. But if it comes out of nowhere and there was no promotion or anything like that involved, either she's healing and growing away from you or she's stepping out on you. One of the two. You know what I mean? So it's very different. But the way this was set up, if all of the things were happening together, yeah. And another big one too is when she got
Mhm.
home from work. If she's not dumping on you with all the crap that happened throughout the day, she's dumping that crap on somebody else. You know what I mean? So, just think of that. As a woman, would you agree if you weren't pouring into your husband when you got home with factual information or things that happened throughout your day, your appearance has completely changed and your timing coming home from work has been adjusted. I mean, am I right or am I right?
No, I
What else
don't
could it
agree
be
with
then?
you.
Okay. What else could it be?
Okay. A, I do all of the above.
No, you don't.
I change my appearance every 6 to 8 weeks. Like,
Okay.
literally.
But listen to the
Um,
words that I said. Listen to the words that I said. All of
what?
a sudden, you change your appearance. You change your
Oh,
appearance.
okay, yeah, I gotcha.
Okay. And then I
You
said
did
you
say
that
all
you
of a sudden.
but then I also said
Right.
that you don't gossip with me anymore. You gossip with me all the time. You see what I'm saying? So you don't
Oh,
pose all
hell
these things
yeah.
together. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? So, but when they
Yeah.
pose all these things
Okay, you're right.
together,
You're right.
um, and like I said, well, the way they read it was when you do all these things together, that you are cheating. I go a little bit further and say if you're doing all these things together, you are either checking out or you are cheating. Like, because I mean, to me, the biggest one is all of a sudden you don't talk to me no more. There's something wrong. You know what I mean?
Oh,
There's
yeah.
something wrong.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if you used to come to me and say, "Oh, guess what Susie did, and guess what Thomas did, and all this other stuff," and all of a sudden, bop, it just stops. I'm like, who are you talking to now? You know,
Who you
it's
talking
such
to?
a change of behavior,
What
you
you
know. So I mean,
doing?
right?
What
So
you doing?
again, it was just a study, but like it did kind of blow my mind when I went backwards and thought about it. I was like, man, all those things happen. Every one of those things happened, you know. So it could be that it's incorrect, but
Yeah.
it was scarily close, you know. So
But it's I mean, well, in your particular like, it did, like,
yeah,
that's what happened.
yeah,
So, like, yeah. And you've seen it happen on more than one occasion.
yeah, and to
Okay,
other
next.
people as well too.
Yeah. Cheating can have a negative impact on the cheater's mental health. Cheating doesn't always just affect the person who is cheated on. It also has have a significant impact on the cheater's mental health. Mm-hmm. Um, Research from the American Psychological
It's like,
Association, I can't talk anymore tonight,
you're fine.
has shown that individuals who cheat often suffer from guilt, anxiety, and depression. I mean, I would have to agree with that statement because
Yeah,
they have to watch what they did to you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I've always said it takes a special kind of evil for someone to go have sex with somebody and then come home to their significant other, look them straight in the face, and tell them they love them. Like you are
Yeah.
mentally you have checked out. You know, if that doesn't crush you or make you feel less of a person, then mentally you're gone. You have checked out. So, and not to say you can't
Yeah.
recover from it, but yeah, there's significant psychological impact on that. You know, you have to feel empty. You have to feel
Yeah.
disgusting. You have to feel less of a person when you go through something like that. And if you don't, then yeah, you're mentally checked out. You're gone. You know, you need to go seek serious help if you ask me. It could happen to anybody, you know, but you know, I just for somebody to repetitively do it over and over and over again and come home to your spouse and your children and act like everything's just hunky dory and okay, that is a special kind of bullshit, you know. So I mean,
Yeah.
I agree. It's got to be
I
mentally
agree.
unstable to the party that's doing it just as much. I don't think it's just as much, but as much as to the other person that's receiving it as well too. So
Yeah. I agree. Okay. It says once a cheater, not always a cheater. They say once a cheater, always a cheater is not entirely accurate. According to the study by Kayla Knott, individuals who cheated in their first relationships were 3 times more likely to cheat in their next relationship. However, that doesn't mean all cheaters are repeat offenders.
it said 3 times. What? One more time.
It said, it says, who individuals who cheated in their first relationship were 3 times more likely to cheat in their next relationship.
So by those facts, a cheater is a cheater. 3 times? I mean, what more times do they
Three
need?
times.
No, I can't sit here
But
and say
not
that people
all of
aren't
them are independent.
right, right. No, I cannot sit here and say people are not capable of change. But I think, and this is just me, a person is more likely to cheat again on the same person. Now, they may not cheat in the next relationship or in relationships from there forward, but there was some kind of problem and fall down between that relationship. Something did not get communicated. What that something was, sometimes it's not even valid. You know what I mean? But there was something fell apart and they decided to do what they did. So they will most likely do it again to the same person, but they may not do it to the people in front of them. You know what I mean? So I can't say
Yeah.
people don't change. I know people change, and I know it's hard for people to change. So when they do it, they should be recognized for it. But yeah, I have seen, for the most part, that cheaters continue to cheat, unfortunately. But I have seen cheaters that stop too. So
Yeah. Okay. Cheating can be influenced by peer behavior.
does it
Do you
elaborate?
think that it says, believe it or not, a person's likelihood to cheat can be influenced by their social circle. According to the study and journal Personal Relationships, if a person friends cheat and get away with it, they are more likely to cheat considering it is it as a more socially acceptable. The highlights the importance of company we keep and how it can indirectly shape our moral boundaries and decisions within our relationships. I think that is totally true.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I was hoping you would, because that's hands down. Because
Yeah.
I know in situations that I've been in and others, you can almost see it. And it's almost like, who are you hanging around with? Do you not realize that all four of those women or all five of those women, let's just speak from my perspective, yeah, all five of those women that you're hanging out with are miserable in their relationships, all of them. So
Yeah.
what does that say about you? You know what I mean? So if they're cheating, then yeah, I think it is more
Yeah.
likely that you're going to do that. Not to say that's going to happen in every situation, but yeah, no, you got to be who you surround yourself with is who you're going to be associated with, regardless of whether you do it or not. So you better be ready for it. You know what I mean? But like
Mhm.
again, like I said earlier, though, more like for me, morally, I do not believe in cheating. I think it's wrong. So it doesn't matter if you're a friend of mine, a family member of mine, or my spouse. If I won't accept it in my home, then I won't accept it in my home. I will not allow one of my friends to do it either. I have friends or had friends that cheated on their wives, and we're not friends because morally I think it's wrong, and I don't want to be
Yeah.
associated with someone who does it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
again, it's a choice, and if you're stead behind it, then you won't allow it to happen. And it sucks on my end at least, or guys' end. I don't know about women, but like, pros before hoes, right? Negative. No, you're cheating on your wife, go somewhere else. I'm not going to be around you. That's just where I stand.
I mean, I just look at the whole I look at guys going to the titty bar.
Yeah.
Like, I've witnessed it firsthand. That's cheating. Period. Point blank. I've witnessed it. I was the girl that I went to the bar with the guys because I hung out with the guys. Like, that was cheating. And then I would have to go back and see my friends, and I'd be like, wow. And so I think that I didn't ever find that okay. I did. I was younger and a little more naive and, was just like, well, they won't do it when they're married. Bullshit. So,
Now,
yeah.
since you said that, though, let me ask you this. If a man goes for a bachelor party, is that a problem, or is it just the repetitiveness? Where does it become an issue?
I mean, same question, buddy. You want me going to a swinging dick bar that they taking their
I
clothes
would,
off and stuff?
so I would rather you not go to one. Yes. But I don't think that I would knock you if it was a one-time thing, or like it's, like a bachelorette party or something like that. Do I want you home with one? Nah. You know what I mean? But somewhere with one, like, I don't think it would rub me completely wrong. I guess it depends on the scenario. You know what I mean? Like if you were in there, I don't think that would bother me. You know what I mean? But if I found out that you were getting lap dance after lap dance after lap dance after lap dance and you ain't the one getting married, then yeah, I might. I might start getting a little frustrated. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I just I can't sit here and say I've never been to one. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just that's why I asked because I know where I would draw the line, but I didn't know where you would draw the line. I don't know where anybody would draw the line. That's why I wanted to ask.
Well, I can tell you now I'm going on the stage because I've done it every time I've been to one. So, but I don't do it repeatedly. I just go up there one time and have fun. I think it's wrong? Uh, I'm gonna say that it's for if it's for a bachelor party or something, yeah, go have fun. Don't you
Yeah.
if you're in a relationship, don't overstep your boundaries. If you do,
Yeah.
deal with it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
People go and do what
I
they
was like
want
I
to do
said,
anyways.
I was only asking for content reasons and curiosity because like I said, I don't know where everybody would draw that line. I know where I would draw a line, but I don't know where anybody else would draw their line unless I asked them. You know what I mean? So just out of curiosity, something we never actually talked about.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, that's funny. That in a year we've never like said, hey, like if you told me you wanted to go to the titty bar, I'd go with you. And then I'd be
I
like,
wouldn't want
uh,
to
no, no.
go. I wouldn't want to go, and I'd
Actually,
almost
I'd just be
probably
like, I'd be like, baby, go in the bedroom. I'll give you a whole dance.
okay, all
It
right,
is not gonna look as good as those girls do.
it's gonna look better.
Okay, you ready? It's gonna
Yeah.
look better, baby. I love you. Okay. Cheating can have a long-term effect on future relationships. The aftermath of infidelity can extend beyond the immediate relationship. A study by the University of Nevada showed the individuals who were cheated on in the past often carried trust issues into their future relationships. Imagine
Facts.
fact,
Facts.
babe, fact.
Facts.
Mm, mm.
Now it
Okay.
takes so
I mean,
for me, what I would say is that it takes a ton of work to bounce back from that as the person that got cheated on. So much so
yeah.
that you're gonna do a ton of healing and you're gonna go really far in life. And then that first relationship you get into, you will realize you ain't done shit. You know, you are still constantly
Not.
worried if that person is gonna do it or
You
not,
ain't
you
even
know?
scratched that
No.
surface. Yeah.
I even think that of course you're supposed to heal on your own. Of course you're supposed to do all the work for yourself. And the only person that can heal you is you, right? But I will tell you that when you get into a relationship, that person doing the right things will help you even get further. You know what I mean? And it's little things like when you call and like you used to call and say, "Hey, I'm going to such and such." And I'm like, damn, like I didn't even ask you to tell me that. You know what I mean? So it felt good, you know.
Yeah.
So it built the trust in, you know what I mean, as time goes on. So just understand that if you get into a relationship with someone who's been cheated on, there's gonna be some little things that you may have to help out with. And that's because they're never gonna fully trust anybody until they're able to trust somebody. You know what I mean? So it's they can
Oh,
heal a
yeah.
lot. They can be great people, but they probably are not gonna be 100% healed until they've been in a healthy relationship. You know, so even though it's years and years and years of they've been cheated on, you know, if you get into a relationship with them, there may be some small minor things that are done that you may even not even know you're doing, you know, but they're gonna feel it. So
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Um, yeah. I totally like you do you kind of set that avenue for me to trust you, like from the beginning. Like
yeah,
even like as far as what I think it was only a couple months in and I was like, I don't want to sleep without you. And you were just like, if that's what you need, we can do that. and
Yeah.
you totally just like got on FaceTime and you let me sleep on FaceTime with you. And everybody
Yeah.
else thought that was the weirdest thing, but that's what I needed.
Yeah. Yeah. And
And
that wasn't even
it wasn't even like I needed to know where you were. It was just a comfort thing for me.
yeah. Yeah. And see, that wasn't even for me on my end, that wasn't even the reason why, not 100% of the reason why I did it. I do it because I love your companionship and I love you being there and I love waking up and seeing you there. And, like, because that's what I want in that relationship, but we're long distance, right? So that was just a way for me to bridge that gap. And that's what I just said. I mean, what I was just talking about. Sometimes you're going to be healing that person and not even realize you're doing it. You just need to act accordingly.
Yeah.
So, and let things fall into place, communicate, so on and so forth, but it is a huge psychological warfare on the person that got cheated on. For instance, I did what I was supposed to, read the books. Okay. All right. I waited exactly 1 year before I started dating somebody, and all right, I'm good to go, and I
Yeah.
felt, oh, good. I felt confident. I felt like I trusted people because I started trusting friends again and family again. I was like, man, I'm good to go. Got into a relationship. She was living with me. And within 2 days of her moving in with me, I literally was standing in front of my kitchen window. Like, okay, it's 5:01. She's normally home at 5. Where's she at? What's she doing? I'm like, crap. I'm not done. I'm not done. I thought I was done.
Yeah.
No, it's sometimes, like I said,
Yeah.
you can feel like you healed, and then all of a sudden you're like, shit, nah, I didn't do right. I still feel the same way. But now, like I said, this
I
is,
mean,
yeah.
it, I I never pay attention to when you're home. I'm just not very good at that. Like, you just call me. I just expect to hear from you every couple of hours. Like, I don't even pay attention to what time it is anymore.
Yeah. And that's just it, because we're both in a healthy relationship. So I don't feel that way anymore either. So but it took the healthy relationship for me to, and what's weird is, like, from day one, I have not had an issue with you. Not at all. But I did with
Yeah.
others, because they wouldn't put in the time and the effort to the actual relationship, and I could see that. So it always was in the back part of my mind, whether they're not
Yeah.
putting in, what are they doing? With you, it's always been 100% in, 100% out. It just, there's no questions. So after a long period of time of doing that, I just trust now. Trust was built in. We did the work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, yeah.
We did the work thing. Half off. Ooh. Okay. Do we have time for one more?
Yeah, we're 47 minutes in, but let's take it. Let's go for it. Yeah, absolutely. This has been a
Okay.
great segment.
Okay. Some people cheat to end their relationship. Some individuals use cheating as a method to end their current relationship, according to studies published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships. Instead of confronting their partner and initiating a breakup, they cheat to push their partner away. While it's not a healthy or respectful strategy, it's a reality that illustrates the complexity of human behavior and the myriad reasons behind why people cheat. Would you care to elaborate on that one? I think that
I
people
would,
that do that are pussies.
yeah, it's a, it's definitely not a good way to go out. But no, yeah, I definitely see it. Almost every cheat. Now that you said it, almost every person that I've known that has cheated, um, whether my cases or friends' cases, I always hear the term, "It was the last straw," or "It was the straw that broke the camel's back." There was other things that were wrong. So yeah, it's always the exit strategy. Also, too, like, most people don't want to be alone. So they're gonna do that on the way out. You know what I mean? Because that they're trying to commence a relationship with the next person. You know what I mean? So it's just, unhealthy
Yeah.
people don't want to be alone. And that's what that is. It's an unhealthy thought process. So yeah, no, I totally would see that. Yeah. No, absolutely. I agree.
Okay.
You said you agree?
Oh. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, yeah.
all
Yeah.
the way. Okay, this one I might get headed over, but we'll calm back down. Not
We'll make this
all
the last one for
cheating,
that reason.
yeah, not all cheating is equal. Not all acts of infidelity carry the same weight. According to a study by the Kinsey Institute, people differentiate between various types of infidelity. For instance, physical cheating was often viewed as more severe than emotional cheating, though both can be equally damaging. There,
It might take it
by
this way.
this people, physical cheating, emotional cheating, and digital infidelity. I'm gonna tell you something. It's all cheat.
Yeah.
There ain't no one act that's worse than the other one. From the time you put your foot down and say, I'm gonna do this, that's cheating. If you
Yeah.
any energy that you take away from your significant other is cheating. That's what I
Right.
think.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. I think, well, so the severity of it may be different levels, but the impact is always still the same. It's a break of trust. It's bullshit, and it shouldn't be tolerated within your morals. And like I said, and I think I said maybe the fourth or fifth time I said it this segment, but morally, it's wrong. Okay, so stand by it, and I'm gonna say it right now: the men out there, stop letting your homeboys do this shit. Like, just stop. Stop. Don't stand for it. If you ain't gonna stand for it in your house, don't stand for it with your friendship. Don't be surrounded with it. Don't take it. And for lack of a better word, fuck them for thinking that it's okay to do that to you. Because they shouldn't put the weight on you to keep your mouth shut and not say things because they want to go out and have a little bit of fun. And I'm gonna speak to guys because I am a guy. But man, stand up. You ain't got to tell them or tell on them, but don't associate with them. It's trash. It's trash. It's all trash. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'll get off my box.
I'm gonna tell you women, you like if women are doing it, honey, you just how would you I just don't like cheaters. The end. I can't even express like that's just anyways. We're yep. So
That's gonna
this
be
is
it.
a great and it's not yeah, I mean I'm done. This one aggravates me a little bit. You know that, baby.
I understand. You have any closing thoughts?
Um yeah. Pour into your spouse, into your significant other. Don't don't take that away from them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you're
Yeah.
cheating, like at least tell them so they can make a choice for themselves and then you can figure out if you're working it out. Like if you don't tell them, then you're not doing anything for your own person. Like you're not there's something being not fulfilled if you think you need to cheat.
Yeah.
So be
Yeah.
brave.
Yeah.
Regardless if you're being cheated on or cheating, be brave.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my final thoughts. What's your final thoughts, baby?
It's quite simple. If you gotta hide it from your spouse, then don't fucking do it. No, it's so easy. You know,
And
unless
fuck
it's a
you if you
surprise.
do.
Yeah, right. Unless it's a surprise party for you, I ain't hiding it from you. You know what I mean? So,
Okay, babe.
all right.
You
Well,
can't even hide a surprise party for
right. Yeah.
oh
Right.
no.
Yeah. No, that was great though. I like that segment. Yeah. Yeah. I like that. All right. Cool. Well,
Yeah.
that's gonna conclude our episode. Miss Summer, say goodbye.
Yeah. Peace, love, and light, everybody.
Yep. Everybody. Stay savage. It's great.